One of our favorites on the list of sexy men is Mark Harmon. Handsome, an ex-UCLA football hero, star of the TV series St. Elsewhere, and son of football legend Tom Harmon. Mark Harmon seems too good to be true, but when we got to know him, we found that Mark is the ideal all-American man.
Man, I knew I was in trouble coming up here. What makes a woman sensual? For me, it's important to be able to wake up next to someone in the morning and find that person attractive. And as a general rule, I'm usually attracted to women who don't own a hairdryer or something like that. I mean, that you can take them to the beach and throw wet sand all over them and they still look good. That's important to me. I mean, I don't want to infer that what I just said is only important with looks. I don't think that for me. I mean, looks might be one of the least things that I look at. It's important to me that someone is an individual, that they have their own designs on life and goals, that they're pretty well set in that in the way they like to do things, that more than anything they're a good friend, and that takes time to develop. And this is a society where time isn't given very much anymore to do much of anything. I'm much better at giving than I am at receiving, and that goes for compliments to physical things, to personal things. I'm trying to get better at that, but it's hard for me. I mean, in a relationship, I'm opinionated, I'm stubborn. I think of myself as pretty boring and pretty set in their ways. I don't find myself a terribly interesting person. I don't think about it much either. I just, like I said before, try to be who I am. And if someone can mold into that and understand that, that's not to say that I don't adapt and change. I try to. I try to meet in the middle. Just as long as it's on my side of the middle. There's so much of my life that is public that I'm pretty tough about what I'll let out and what I won't. But at the same time, a couple of years ago, I would have told you that I think it's possible to have a career at sailing and a personal life at sailing. I don't know that it's so easy anymore. Right now, career-wise, it's going around great guns for me. And I'm appreciative of that, and I've been working hard at it, and everything's cooking right now. My personal life has probably never been so screwed up, you know, but it's okay, because from feeling that negative about that side of my life, I've gained a lot of strength. And I'm probably stronger right now than I've been in the last 10 years. The most significant moment in my life so far, without a doubt, is 1972, having defeated the University of Nebraska 20-17 in the Coliseum. They had won 33 consecutive games and were supposed to win a third national championship. UCLA had lost 8 games the year before and won 2. My father had been the broadcaster and sounding off on a national basis that night, and I had been the quarterback. It's the first game I played for UCLA, and we won. And I went down into the locker room after the game, and there was a crush of reporters around the cubicle where I was, and it was a good 2 hours before I finally broke clear of that on my way to the shower. And I broke clear of that crowd, and there, standing against the far wall of the Coliseum locker room, was my father. And the compliments from him have never been easy coming. And he looked at me and broke into a smile, said, "Hey, great game." And gee, I started crying, and my dad started crying. We reached out and hugged each other. And that's an important moment to me, because from that moment on, I've known my father. And that didn't happen until I was 18. What makes for good sex? Not considering it sex. Yeah, I consider myself to be liberated, as long as women let me open doors and light cigarettes and seat them at tables and things like that. When the word liberated gets involved in things like that, you know, I'm more likely to hit them with the door, hit them with the chair, and light their finger instead of a cigarette. Yeah, I want a life partner. I want a wife and a family and everything that this town says you can't have. What I would tell my daughter, fully understanding that the first thing I have to do is find someone by which I can have a daughter from, is is I would try so very hard to teach her how to compete and enjoy it as a game and to have fun. When I would tell a son about what it's like to be a man, I'd say, pal, it's a bitch.